I want to share some stories with you uh, that I came across in reading some early narratives of American history. In 1840s, there's a missionary by the name of Elkanah Walker, and he was a missionary to the Spokane Indians, the Spokane tribe in Washington. And he records in his diary of the tribal stories of a race of giants or giant hairy men that would kidnap tribal members at night. This creature, this hairy man creature would work at night and do its hunting at night and would invade their camps. And that was in the 1840s, but that's not the only early narrative. There's another account that's given that's even goes back further to 1651, and it's found in the history book Johnson's Wonder Working Providence. It's the early narratives of New England history. In this book, the author tells the story of the area tribes during that time, that they would tell of a large, terrible man beast that would come into their camps at night and carry off tribal members. And these tribal members would never be seen again. These history accounts are fascinating. You also have Sarah Winnemucca, who talks about her tribe fighting a race of giants. You have petroglyphs in the Southwest of giant figures, of men figures. And some of these giants have 6 fingers and 6 toes. In my travels, I've come across and have met people and visited with people that had eyewitness accounts and experiences of a Bigfoot. In Texas, I visited with people that have seen Bigfoot cross the road, the highway, the back highways, around the area of Little Cypress, Texas, near the Sabine River. In Oklahoma, in eastern Oklahoma, I've talked with tribal members that have shared with me their experiences of seeing a Bigfoot in the mountains, or in the woods rather, and beside the highway. In Colorado, I've talked with men that have seen a Bigfoot walking up the side of a mountain. In Montana, I visited with people that have, and tribal members that have shared with me their sightings of a Bigfoot beside the highway. There's been so many sightings of him through the years in history, and that one cannot dismiss him. You have historical documents that records, going all the way back to the 1650s, of accounts of Bigfoot. 1840s, you have an accounts of Bigfoot, and these accounts are written by settlers, missionaries, tribal members that given their stories. Growing up, I've always heard that Bigfoot was a spirit being. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad, but if you ever experience him, you're not to show fear, and that he understands tribal languages. I've encountered, I had an experience of 2 Bigfoots on one night in the mountains of New Mexico. And I believe that the Bible even identifies a Bigfoot, or that Bigfoot is possible, and that he's a dimensional being, a spiritual entity. In Isaiah 34 and verse 14, there is the Hebrew word that's found in that verse, Lilith. The King James translators translated that word as screech owl, but modern translations translate it as the creature of the night. And in fact, William Tyndale, in his notes on Isaiah in that particular verse, had as a side note, night monster. In Luke 21 and verse 11, the Bible talks about fearful sights, and in the Greek, that's a reference to monsters. The Bible identifies the supernatural, and Daniel 4, you have King Nebuchadnezzar that shapeshifts into a beast of the field, eats grass like a beast of the field. His hair grows thick like feathers, and his nails grow like long claws. The Bible is a supernatural book. And in fact, Jesus is a supernatural Savior. And he had a supernatural resurrection. Salvation is supernatural. There is a spiritual realm and a spiritual dimension. And the Bible identifies and addresses the supernatural. So we can't always understand everything physically and through our senses. But I just wanted to share this about the historical narratives, a few of the historical narratives of Bigfoot, and mention some of the people that I've encountered that have seen Bigfoot and have had their sightings of Bigfoot or Bigfoot experience. And I myself have had a Bigfoot experience. And I believe that the Bible supports the possibility of a Bigfoot and gives the actual identity of one. And even if Lilith is more of a female Hebrew term, but there's the satyr. And that is an interesting word, and that's mentioned twice in the book of Isaiah. But I was just wanting to share this and just to ask anyone out there, what are your thoughts about Bigfoot? I'd like to hear in the comments section what you think about Bigfoot, or even the paranormal, and how does the paranormal, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, how does that sit with you? You know, how do you accept it, or do you deny it? And if you deny it, then what's your reasons for denying it? If you accept it, what's your reasons for accepting it? How do you understand the paranormal, the supernatural, and even Bigfoot. Well, thank you, and may you find and enjoy the blessings of God wherever you may be.